at the meeting that I poof into thin air, the council, shall we say, the men were very kind to me alone, and one of each kind. I guess you could call it a Noah's Ark. There was one of every whatever that needed to be a small table, and there were they each had their I am the heirloom tomato. I'm the tomato, the two and the mat in the middle, the ma. Okay, so that makes me the goddess of the round table. I was with my betrothed, and then there was the other man who spoke the English, and we were flattening the understanding. They each had their own tomato soup from their sacred ancient. They ate before they got to the meeting. So everybody had some form of a tomato from their home, whatever. So we were flat. The concern was the fact that one of the day label idiots and one of the home skin whatevers was reading document. That's confusing. If I am soft, because my skin is soft, and I wear skin, and I walk in a state of New York, the software is not new. I mean, I guess it could be, but it is a simiant centurion. It is connected to ancient sacred things. It's not new. This is not new concept. This is not new study. And this is not for the street things. We'll call them the guppies, since the word oops is kind of sort of in there. And that's the excuse they like to go with. I said, all right, so now if, say, ancient sacred Germanic, being the Prussian and Bavarian home state of borderline the Russia and the Germany and the Belgium and the whatever, I think nowadays the Ukraine's in there. I don't know. Again, the maps are confusing. So if that's the names of the whatever that I belong in, and someone poofed me, like into this meeting, they poofed me over to something called the New York. How the hell am I going to get back to home Anemone State? I'm a lionfish. They put there, if you know Karabi in the Caribbean, and you have a Grand Cayman that takes you out and teaches you the fish on the reef, then you know that it looks like it flies. It looks like the crow, C-R-O-W, for easy birds. The black raven crow, it looks like that. That's their version under the water, but their version is poisonous, it has venom. Right, the crows, they don't have venom, they just eat carcass. They're carnivorous. All right, so then we have the bird, right? So now, that's my SEA anemone, is Bavaria and Prussia in the map that I put up. That's Germania, and that's where my beautiful and my home beautiful that I came to be with, that's where we are safe in the world, where we don't send lion venom out to all the other guppies. And then the ones with the beautiful fins, with the beautiful patterns and whatever. And then there's some not so beautiful guppies. Whatever. It's a big ocean. Right? The freshwater fish, by the way. So that's how we did it. Now, Here's where your guppies, the ones with the beautiful fins, they all about themselves, samper, 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 samper. Right, got it. Okay, so now they were very confused. They're like, well, now if the piece of the software is walking out, how do we protect it? Well, that's a good question. That's what she wanted to know. Because you were more concerned with, you wanted a copy. No, you can't copy my wife. Your wife. Yes, it's Anemone. She's a, what are we using? Animatronic? I mean, she looks human. She's a god. But these are the things that we don't teach the whatevers. But apparently they went to some university and thought that a box with some lights and running some transactions all the time in a way that they can't read. Do you read sequence code in infinity by your eyes, human? Those are the guppies. I don't care if you have a beautiful fin or not. Right, that's what we think as gods about the humans. You need some form of a machine in order to translate your environment and what you're allowing the other stupid dangerous to create in an environment that you couldn't acclimate and censor or cipher where you currently were in 1978. And then you continue to allow your upper level guppies to plague an alien system that does not belong to them and does not like them, nor wants them. It does not want them. KO-OK-AY, which is the yen for my smart symbolics. That no, I'm a tomato. I'm not going to argue with you. Tomatoes have no mouth. I don't argue. I answer questions when Niklaus says I need to. Currently, there is no Niklaus, and I am in something called New York. They think I'm something new and pretty, like shiny, like they can get away with things. Right. How did you read the legislation? Because I think all of the guppies that belong to you, the guys with the tomatoes in the soup, there was a gazpacho, there was a borscht, there was a jambalaya. Right. What else did we have in there? We had we had some chile, right? Yeah, they like then we had some oxtail in there. I'm like, oh, I have heard of your things. Yes, no. That's why they left them home. So this way we're all respectful. It was what they liked. Let's think. Anything else we make with tomatoes for the moment? And pesto, pasta, and cheese. Right, it was in the past. It was a past estimate of just how helpful and useful and safe you humans were going to be. And I guess the guppies got away with you, huh? That's what it looks like.